Good morning everybody, it's Lucinda here at Peak Wildlife Park and I'm with Yaz. She's just in the zebra enclosure at the moment. So welcome back to Wake Up Wild, and as I just said, we are here with our zebras this morning, so we're going to be going into our zebras so you guys can have a closer look at them. Just while a few people are joining this morning, I just want to say again a massive thank you to absolutely everybody who is supporting us during this closure. Obviously now it's a bit more prolonged, so it's getting a little bit harder each time it gets prolonged, and obviously the animals are missing you guys. We still need all the support, so if you are wondering how you can support us, we have got a page all about it on our website, but I can tell you a little bit more. So we have got a crowdfunding page. You can find the link on our Facebook or on our website. We've got food parcels that you can buy, and these help towards obviously the feeding costs of all the animals. We have adoption packs as well, so you can adopt a lemur or a penguin. Choose any one of our colony or our lemur troop to choose from, and then you can help support those guys. And just basically any online purchases, so even if you want to buy tickets, annual passes, you can purchase those online, and then you can come and join us when we're back open again. So you can purchase those now and enjoy them later. That's the same goes for experiences as well. You can purchase experiences online now, and then enjoy them at a later date. So Yaz is actually just in with the zebra, so she's just separating them for their breakfast this morning. But it looks as though they're just messing around a little bit this morning. So I'll say hi to a few people as well. So we're joined by Helen. Hi to Jane. Hi Sarah. Hi Kay. Hi Jill. Hi Steve. Hi Kate. Hi Sarah. Irene. Hi Megs. Hi Joe. Hi Kerry. And baby Albert as well. Good morning from Connor. Nice to see you all this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. As you can see, we've got some sun today, which is really good. It is a little bit cold this morning though, but it is still sunny. So it's sunny and a little bit cold, which is perfect for us. So good morning to Isabel as well. You guys have just adopted Alan and Orion as well, so thank you so much. Hi to Hayley as well. If you guys want any shout outs for anyone in particular as well, if you pop those in the comments section, and we'll give you guys a shout out this morning. And also if you've got any questions about anything that's happening at the park, any questions about our zebra, then please pop those in the comments below, and I'll ask Yaz when we head into the enclosure in a moment. So good morning to Eva, good morning to Tammy and Gina who have just joined us. Thank you very much. So I think it looks like they're separated, so we can head on into the enclosure now.
Hi guys.
So I'll spin you around. Good morning, Yaz.
We're all sorted now, so we are got our bed for breakfast, so we're going to head in if you want to join me.
The sun is glorious this morning on this video.
So our zebra get 2 meals a day of pellet, and then the rest of the day they have their hay, so this is what they get to eat. So it's just if anybody's curious, just some pellets especially made for zebra, so it's got everything that these guys need.
Some mini Weetabix they look like.
Yeah.
If anyone's eating Weetabix this morning, let us know.
So we just separate them for their food, and they'll get different amounts. They're all at different stages of life. Horace is still a growing boy, and the girls are pretty much fully grown now, so we just want to make sure everyone's getting what they need. So yeah, so we just pop it down here. So our hot Kayla's there.
So we'll stay here with Kayla, I think.
No problem. And then I'll just pop, Horace is on the other side of the fence, and Kayla likes to eat next to Horace, like a little date. Here you are, Horace. Good boy.
So we've got Horace just next door there, and Kayla this side. Good morning from Australia. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you for joining us. Good morning to Suzanne and Amanda as well. Hi to Anita. So remember guys, give us a little wave if you're watching. Put a little wave emoji in the comments and we'll give you a little shout out.
Okay.
So how old is Kayla now, Yaz?
I think she's going to be 5 or 6 soon. It's a birthday, I think. Is it the end of this month?
I think so, yeah.
So she's about fully grown age. Zara, our other female, is 7. And then we have Horace just next door, and he, I think, is just coming up to 4 years old. So he's almost at a breeding age. So fingers crossed for the future. The girls seem to like him most of the time. Yeah.
Doing a little morning date for their breakfast this morning.
Yeah, Kayla especially likes Horace. She does like it when she can always see him. She'll get a little bit more stressed out than the others. That's just her personality. Whereas Horace is super chilled out. Nothing bothers Horace, but Kayla, she just doesn't really relax. She's always quite nosy in what's going on. Whereas Horace, as long as he's got his food, he'll just not lift his head out of the bowl, as you can just see next door.
So hi to Ira, hi Ashley, hi Kerry-Ann, hi to Wendy. We've got someone here from Australia, yes.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Amazing.
I think they said it was 8:10 p.m. there at the moment. So instead of breakfast, you're doing this for your tea.
Yeah. Well, the zebra having the same in the evening, so I guess it kind of is okay. Good girl, Kayla.
I think she's looking at me like, why are you sat down?
She's got much better, to be fair. She used to be really nervous. She's slowly getting better. But true zebra nature, she's always on watch for any danger, and you might be able to see her ears moving around when she's eating. So she'll hear everything that's going on.
So I forgot to say as well on the way in, so yesterday was actually International Zebra Day as well. So yesterday was a day to celebrate all about zebras. So if you can share any posts that we've put on our page and just share the love for zebras, that'd be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. So here at the park we have a subspecies of zebra, the maneless zebra. So there are 3 species, and within that we have subspecies. So the maneless zebra is a subspecies of the plains zebra. So one way to recognise this type of zebra is they have bigger stripes that are wider apart. The other species of zebra have smaller stripes that are much closer together. And they also have a big mane. So you can see Kayla doesn't really have much of a mane. So I'll give them the name the half-maned or maneless. Sorry, Horace is just throwing his dish around after finished eating. Alright, Horace. Yeah, so you might see from Kayla there that she doesn't really have much of a mane. Horace has a little bit of a bigger mane, but they do start off with one and then lose that mane when they get to around 3 to 4 years old. So,
Try and give you a look at Horace's mane.
Yeah. We can go in and see Horace if you like.
Yeah, it might be
Kayla's
better.
finished.
It's not working out through the fence.
Watch Horace throw his dish around in a tantrum.
So Tigger's saying hello to the zebras this morning. Jane says she can see their chin hairs sparkling in the sun.
Oh, fantastic.
Hi, bud.
So if you're wondering how we tell our zebra apart, they do look very, very similar, but their stripes are unique, just like our fingerprint. And actually out in Africa, people who research zebra have kind of taken pictures of the zebra and used their stripes as a barcode to identify them. So each one is unique to each animal, so as you might be able to see, there's a few differences. And you usually tell by their behaviour as well. That's another good way. Horace is the only one to throw his dish around when he's finished eating. And you're Horace.
So how are some good ways that you tell our 3 apart?
So Horace is the smallest one. He also still has his brown fur from when he was quite young. And he also has a bump on his nose because he must have knocked it into something. Kayla has a notch in her ear. So when we look back at her, you might notice there's a little notch in her ear, and maybe one of the other zebras just give her a little nibble. So it's fine, she's okay, but there's just a little dint into her ear. And then Zara has exclamation point on either side of her neck. So that's the way I tell from looking at the faces. But sometimes you can't always see a zebra's face. You might just have a view of their stripy bottom, and their stripes are different as well. So when we have a little look at them, I'll try and point some things out to you.
So these are some good ways when you can visit the park again, if you try and look out for these little differences and see if you can figure out who's who. So we've got Kerry Ann saying Horace's hair is longer.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, he's still got a bit of his baby fur. So like I said, he's just coming up to 4 years old. So he's still a bit fuzzy, like a little peach. And his fur used to be quite... Sorry, he's just like a little blackbird. I think he wants to follow me.
Steady boy.
Steady, Horace. So yeah, Horace is a little bit more brown in colour, and he did look a lot more fluffy than the girls. But he's slowly losing that, actually.
How old would you reckon he'll be when he does lose it all?
I think maybe this year. So maybe throughout this year, I think it'll all start to disappear because he's coming to that mature age. He's kind of like a teenager now. So he does display some things that male and female teenagers do. He just get a little bit stroppy. He's just throwing his dish around. But he is an absolute sweetie as well. He's a very lovely animal.
I've just noticed one thing. It looks like he's got a little comb over at the front. Looks like his hair's pushed forward. What's all that about?
He's also got a giant glob of earwax, which I really want to pull out. So zebra do groom each other as well. It's a good social behaviour, so it strengthens the bond between our little herd of zebra. So a group of zebra, you might call it a herd or a dazzle. I prefer dazzle because it just sounds amazing.
It is the best.
So a wild zebra would live similarly to what we've got here. So there'd be like a harem, so there'd be like a male and a few females. More than the 2 girls we've got here for Horace, but I don't think he could handle much more at the moment because our girls are quite sassy. I think he resents me saying that.
Doesn't look too pleased.
He's a very handsome chap.
He's just fully relaxed.
He is.
Chilling on his back leg now.
So you see his ears moving around as well. They can practically move around almost in here from every single angle, so they can flick right to the back or go straight forwards. So he's listening to me now, and Kayla munching away. I think he probably wouldn't say no to a little bit more food.
So I'll say hi to a few more people that have joined us. So hi to Jill and Claire, hi to Teresa and Emily, hi to Jackie, Anita, hi to Babs and Sharon, Diane and Susan. And Tammy is saying Horace has grown so much.
Oh yeah, it's growing too fast.
Way too fast. So we actually got him, was it 3 years ago now?
Yeah, it's gone so fast.
3 years ago when he was very, very small and weedy back then.
He was like 18 months old.
So remember guys, if you are watching this morning, give us a little wave, put one of those little wave emojis into the comments box and we'll give you a shout out. And also if you've got any questions, it doesn't have to be about our zebra, it can be anything about any of the animals. We will try our best to answer them for you.
So it's a lovely morning here guys. So once they've had their breakfast of their zebra pellet, we'll be getting them some hay. Which they'll munch throughout the day. They do eat a hay nut each. So this time of year we don't always let them out in the paddock just because it is very, very wet at the moment. So we don't want them to slip over or even churn up that paddock, because out in the summer, if you've been before, you'll notice our zebras spend all day out there grazing away, which is the main part of their diet, which is grass.
So hi to Emily and Dawn as well. Just give us a little wave. Tammy again, she's saying Zara likes to ignore us, but from the direction of her ears we know she's listening.
Yeah, that's right. She's always listening. So an interesting fact about maneless zebra, there's only around 40 in zoos around the world, so we're really lucky to have this species. So if you haven't been to visit us yet, you should definitely come along when we open back up, because this is one of the few places you'll get to see a maneless zebra. So there's about 40 in zoos and only 300 in the wild, so these are quite endangered. So hopefully we can breed these and help safeguard the future for this species, because they're absolutely amazing. And yeah, I think everyone loves the zebra. I think it's always a popular one.
Yeah, so we are part of the stud book at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we've got Horace with our 2 girls in the hopes that we can have some little babies in the future, which would be adorable.
Kayla definitely fancies him. I think I was playing hard to get.
Kim is saying good morning, ladies, and Horace as well. Rupert's saying hi. Hi to Rupert. Aria is asking, why does Horace have earwax?
It's just like people do. So the earwax will come out and that will clean out all of their ears. Obviously a zebra's hearing is very, very important, so it's important he does have clean ears. So that earwax will just come up through his ears and push out any dirt. So that just shows it's working, really. I don't think he'll let me pull it out, but hopefully one of the girls will when they start grooming him. Make him look all handsome.
So we've got 11-month-old Florence, and she's absolutely loving it.
Oh, brill.
Sharon in Pembrokeshire, hi. And Kerry Ann is asking, what is the zebra's favourite food?
Oh. So our zebra at the zoo, even though they love their pellet and hay, sometimes we might give them a treat of carrots, which they absolutely love. So we'll use carrots for training, or maybe some enrichment if we're giving them something to play with. So carrots is a definite favourite.
Working the camera this morning, Horace.
Yes.
So going back to the point Yaz was saying about this species as well, so I think it could be wrong now, but when we first got this species of zebra, we were the only one of 2 institutes in the UK that holds them. So we are very, very lucky. So when we do open, like Yaz says, come along and visit them. They are a really cool species of zebra, and I think, are they one of the smallest species?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So the plain zebra, which is a subspecies of one of the smallest zebra. Horace still has a little bit of growing to do with his snotty nose there. But when we let Zara out, what I can do actually is let Zara through into here.
Awesome.
So you'll get to see how much bigger Zara is than Horace.
You gonna see Zara?
Come on, madam. You gonna come out?
So Zara, as Yaz said earlier, is our oldest zebra we've got here. I think she is 7.
7 now, I think.
So you can see the difference between these two. I say that, I'm not in a very good position here.
It stood really off.
Yeah.
You can see her back is a lot taller than Horace's though. And she is 7, which might sound old, but zebra can live up to 25, so she's got lots of years left. And she's a zebra we've had longest at the zoo, so we do have a really good bond and relationship with Zara.
And you can see going back to the mane as well, Zara has the least mane out of all our zebra, so hers is really, really short and she practically doesn't have one. Whereas Horace
Floof.
has a little bit of fluff.
You might be able to see on Zara's own, she turns her neck, that exclamation point I was talking about. So that's a really good way to identify Zara. She's just checking to see if Horace has left any crumbs, which I'm pretty sure he won't have.
Hi. There's none there. So Rupert, who's 3 years old, his favourite food is broccoli. Do zebras like broccoli?
I've never tried. I will say this, Horace is quite fussy. He doesn't like parsnip, but we could always try him with some broccoli.
We'll let you know if he likes it. And Megs is saying, I wonder whether they recognise each other by their stripes. I think that is very true, they do.
Yeah, these guys definitely know who's who.
So it is a fact, I think with the stripes, it's difficult to say why they have the stripes, but I think one of the main reasons is to dazzle their predators when they're in their herds out in the wild.
Yeah, so when there's a group of them, it's hard to tell by one starts and one ends, because you do it like a big blur of zebra, so it's a very handy tactic to have.
And I think that is why they're called a dazzle as well as a group, so they will dazzle their predators away. And it's even harder to some of the predators who are colourblind as well.
Do you know, apparently zebras can't see the colour orange.
That's crazy.
I know. It's probably why they don't mind our orange waterproof jackets.
Yeah.
The zebra do get nervous of new things quite a lot. So this bowl is going to be sparkling after these two. I'm going to go nosy around in it. So as well, Zara has like a big spot on her neck as well, in the middle of her stripe, so that's another way to be able to spot them apart. So when you look at them every day, you'll just pick up loads of little things like that. Hey Zara.
I think she's disappointed he didn't leave her any food.
How dare you, Horace?
This is quite a good angle now if I move around a little bit, but you can see that the size difference between them. I'm still not in a very good angle. I'm really sorry, guys. Maybe if I go here. Zara looks like she's going to move away.
So you can see, compared to me as well, they are quite a small species of zebra. Excuse me. Social distance. So you see Zara's yawning. That is a way that zebras communicate. So it doesn't always mean they're tired. That is one. So the one way they communicate. So they do vocalise. They do kind of chat to each other, make noises. They'll also do lots of other things. They'll move their ears, swish their tails, mouth at each other. So lots of different ways. When you watch them, you'll see they'll do little things.
So we've got Connor asking, do they neigh?
They do, yes. They do make a lot of noises similar to horses. So they'll neigh, they whinny, and zebra also do this very unusual chatter noise, which they do like to make if you're late feeding them, and can be heard all across the zoo, but they don't make it very often.
So you can see these two have finished eating, and Kayla is still just chilling in the background, taking her time.
She takes a mouthful and then she'll have a one else because she'll hear something, and then, whereas he doesn't come up for air, do you, Horace?
Easily distracted.
Yeah. But Kayla does get the most amount of food at the moment, which is typical because she does take the longest to eat.
So if you've got any more questions about a zebra, then just pop it in the comments below, or just give us a little wave, let us know what you're up to today. Obviously we are still in a lockdown, so let us know your plans. Are you picking up any new activities? Are you doing your schoolwork today? Just let us know what you're up to. We love hearing from you guys, and especially because you can't visit us at the moment as well. We love hearing about what you guys are up to at home. Truly working the camera this morning, Horace is.
Doesn't
he? He does.
Does like to be centre of attention, to be fair. So if you watched our training video last week, Horace is the one we did some training with. So we might do a little bit with him later, but we don't do it every day. It keeps it nice and interesting for him.
So if you want to head back and watch that, it's quite interesting. And you can just head back onto our Facebook page, scroll down in our videos, and you can find all our training videos as well. You can use these little tips that we give you in the training videos at home on your very own pets, like your cats and dogs. You can use these basic training skills to use on your pets. I'm getting muddled this morning with my words. I do this every single day.
It's still early, it's 9:30.
Hi to Nia and Rebecca who've just joined us. Hi Christine and Alexandra. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Hey Zara.
Is it your time to shine?
Hey! What are you doing?
Thanks, Horace. So I think... Thanks. So as we were saying, we've had Zara here for the longest, and I think she joined us in 2015.
Oh my gosh,
I want to say. So she's been with us a very long time.
So just from behind, like I said before about the stripes, you can see they have different bottoms there. Zara does have a shorter tail than Horace. And she does have different stripe patterns as well. She has more defined stripes on the top of her tail. Hey,
I think it is much easier to tell them from the back.
Yeah.
With the size difference. If I show you Horace, he looks very little in comparison. Little bum shots this morning. Oh no, she's turned around. Sorry. If she turns around again, I'll show you. I'm sure she won't mind me saying, but she has a much bigger bottom than Horace.
So when I started, it was very confusing to tell the zebra apart, but after a few days of spending time with them, you pick up lots of different little things that are different. But when you look at them every day, you do kind of pick up lots of things, and us keepers use different ways to tell them apart. So sometimes we'll be having a discussion and we won't know what the other keeper's talking about and how they tell the animal apart. So I like that with the lemurs and the penguins as well. So you just have to pay attention to all these little markings, which is quite easy to do. Like I said, when we spend every day with them, you really get to know them.
So with our live videos, guys, we want to hear from you guys about who you're missing most. So let us know which animals you want to go around and see, and we will make it happen for you. So let us know who you're missing most, and we will try and make one of our breakfast shows about them. And we do also have our training videos. So tomorrow we are back with our alpacas for our second training video, which will be really fun. So from our first video, we gave you guys the option about what we were going to train them to do, and it was decided that we're going to train our alpacas to do some agility. So tomorrow we'll be moving on to the second step about that. So if you come and join us to see how to get an alpaca, or how to try and get an alpaca to do some agility.
We have been working hard with them, guys. We've been doing lots of training sessions with the alpacas, and I can say one of them is fantastic and the other one has been a complete diva. So it's definitely given us a bit of a laugh. So hopefully tomorrow when you join us, you can kind of see how we come along and just how different animals' personalities can be.
I think I can probably guess which way round it is, but I'm not going to give anything away. You have to come and join us to see who.
We've tried our best, but we're where we are, and that's the whole point of training. It doesn't happen overnight for some animals, but other animals it does.
Yeah, so come and join us for that. That's tomorrow at 9 o'clock. But as I say, pop in the comments below who you're missing most. If it's our wallabies, if it's our lemurs, our meerkats, or if it's our deer, then please just pop in the comments below and we will do some of our breakfast shows. We'll go and take you guys to see who you are missing most. So as I say, just pop it in the comments below and we'll take a look at them later and we'll make some live videos about them. And if there's anything in particular that you want to see as well, so obviously I've said the animals, but what you'd like us to do with the animals, whether you'd like us to give them some enrichment or take them on walks, so we can take our sheep, our pigs or alpacas on a little walk. So pop that in the comments below as well and we will try our very best to make it happen for you.
Kayla might have finished eating.
She's finished, I think you're right.
So what I'm going to do now is put the hair nets up, if you want to join me for that. We'll leave Zara and Horace in there because they get very excited about food. Those 2 days. You'll see once I put the hair nets up, not hairnet.
Hair nets.
So I'll just pop out and grab the nets for them.
Hi Kayla. So we've got a few people saying that they're missing the meerkats, so I'm sure we can figure out a live session to go in and see those guys. Let us know if you want us to give them some enrichment, or if you want just sort of a little talk about them, to meet the meerkats. Rupert's saying that he'd love to see the pigs go on a little walk, so I'm sure we can sort that out as well. So just keep putting your suggestions in and I'm sure we can make that happen. So as I say, we do our different training videos. So we are doing training with our alpaca, our zebra, our goats and our lemurs. So it alternates every single week. So you can join us every Tuesday for that. So Yaz has got her hay nets now. So obviously we give our zebras hay nets just as in addition to the grazing that they get around the paddock. So this time of year we can't always let them out on the paddock, but I'll let Yaz do a little bit more explaining.
So we don't always let them out just because it goes to get very, very wet on that paddock. So for one, we don't want the zebra to slip over and injure themselves, and also in summer they do spend a lot of time at their grazing, so we want to make sure that that ground is nice and healthy. As you can see, the grass is growing really nicely for them. So that means in summer they can spend more time outside, which means you guys get a better look at them. So yeah, so you're normally down there by those trees. So what we want is in summer when they actually can come out, for them to be out all day and you guys to get a really, really good look at them, because obviously you guys come to the zoo to learn all about these amazing animals and get a bit of a closer look at them. So we just hair nets out as well. Just in case. Oh, Kayla's now carrying her dish down paddock.
Oh, she's just dropped it.
So it just means that if someone has been a little bit grumpy, usually Zara, she really doesn't like to share sometimes. That means everyone can have a fair chance at some hair. So we have a hair net each, but when they're in a good mood, they all just will stand around one and share.
So as you can see, Kayla's not too bothered, but I'm sure when we let the other two in, they'll come straight over to them.
Yeah, Zara hates being the last zebra to anything, so she'll usually do this sort of stomp to get in a mood.
She's had to wait for her food.
To be fair, I judge her, but
I would be exactly the same. So we've got a few more people that have just joined us this morning. So hi to Jean, hi to Tina, hi to Joseph, hi to Colin, hi Jamie, hi Carla. Thanks very much for joining us this morning, guys. So as I just said before, if you've got anybody that you're missing most, any of our animals, then please pop it in the comments below and we will try and do some live videos about them and take you around to see them. So let us know who you're missing most and I'm sure we will make it happen for you guys.
Put them all together now, everybody's finished eating. Everyone's had their fair share, then they can just graze on the hay throughout the day. So Kayla's making her way down.
So I haven't asked you, Yaz, and I ask everyone I do a live video with to choose their favourite between the animals they're with. I know it's a tricky question and you shouldn't choose favourites, but if you had to.
Between these two?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, they've all got the good qualities. Like Kayla's really sassy and she looks innocent, but she's a real troublemaker. And Horace is just a sweetie because he's just so good with his training. But Zara is really helpful with the keepers, so when the other two zebra want separate, Zara comes along and puts them in a place. So I think I'll probably have to say Zara.
Okay.
This morning when Lou was talking to you outside, I was really struggling to get the zebra to separate, and Zara will walk them down to where they need to be and then go back to where she's meant to be. And so she's a zookeeper's dream because she's such a good girl.
I'd say it's a subtle hint because she wants her food.
Yeah.
She's fine. Like, come on guys, we'll get our food faster.
You just get annoyed at them if they don't, but if you don't hurry up, she wants the breakfast. So let them through, hopefully. No, normally they run round. Come on then, guys! Woo! Hey, yeah. Nope.
Oh, checking the bowl that Kayla's not left anything first.
Of course, Zara's doing this. It's all gone, Zara. There we are.
She's checked finally.
So now she's the last one over. She might push one of the others off the hair net, even though there's another one for her. See, ears back. How dare you eat hair before me?
Just to make sure she's got the best one out of the bunch.
So it's just hitting into Kayla's face.
So this is a perfect shot as well to see the difference between Kayla and Zara as well. So you can see Zara is just much bigger than the other two zebra. Perfect, side by side now.
No, it's great, isn't it? So you can see Zara's got much bigger stripes on her bottom than Kayla. That's who she stood next to. And I think that Horace's black stripes are thicker. And another way is Zara's tail as well. It is shorter than Kayla's.
So I think we'll leave it there, guys. We'll let these guys carry on and enjoy their hay. But as I say, please keep commenting just to see, let us know who you'd like to see. And join us tomorrow for our next training session with the alpacas at 9 o'clock. So thank you to Yaz very much for the talk and taking us in to see the zebra. And thank you guys for joining us.